Married at First Sight, a season 15, episode 15, and this video is going to be for Mitch and Krysten. Mitch and Krysten. Welcome, y'all. Come on in, everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Deborah, and welcome here if you're new, and if you return, welcome back, y'all. Good to see you. And please be sure to drop down in the comments after this video. Say hi if you're new. Say hi if you've been here before. Let me know what you think. A like, comment, and also subscribe to my video. Thank you for my VIP members that have been joining and everyone else that have been subscribing to my channel as well. But we're going to get into this whole thing about Mitch and Krysten. And I've told y'all, you've been watching my show. One thing I tell you about is when you can't handle the truth, people gonna start lying to you. And let me tell you something. Mitch, as much as people may not like him and as much stuff that comes out of Mitch's mouth that he probably shouldn't say, Mitch speaks the truth. And you know who's having a hard time with it? Krysten. Now, one of the reasons she's having a hard time is because Krysten kept telling everybody she came in this show real self-confident. No, you didn't. No, you didn't, Krysten, because you can't handle Mitch's truth. Because anytime he tells her the truth, whether he should say it or not, y'all, Krysten can't handle it. Not at all. But you know, they came off on this weekend. This was the highlight of their marriage. You know, everybody else, not everybody else, but Lindy and Miguel didn't have a good time. That was probably the worst part of Lindy and Miguel's marriage. But Mitch and Krysten said they had the best time of their whole marriage, and Mitch is happy because Krysten is happy, and Krysten is happy because Krysten is happy. So they are both happy driving back from this little weekend getaway. But then Mitch has to go away on this little corporate retreat, and he's saying, you know what, when I go away, it's going to tell a lot about each other, whether or not we miss each other or not. And if we miss each other, then that's a good time. But if I don't miss you, that's going to be a bad sign. I tell you, Mitch don't even need no truth serum. He just speaks the truth. And if it hurts your feelings, it hurts your feelings. Because he's being honest. He's saying, you know what? There are lots of things I love about marriage, but there's also lots of things I love about my single life. Come on, people. That's how it really is. Of course, there's some things you love about your single life. And of course, there's things you love about married life. Mitch, what he does is he speaks exactly what he thinks. He doesn't have a filter. He doesn't have a filter. But what he's actually saying is what a lot of people say. We love parts of married life, but there's also parts of things that you might have liked sometimes when you were single and didn't have to worry about someone else. That's just the truth. But the problem is he's with a woman who can't handle the truth. So he absolutely needs to learn how to watch his mouth, because Krysten can't handle the truth. Krysten walks around talking about she's so secure and all this other kind of stuff. This girl is probably one of the most insecure on this whole episode. She says she is worried about Mitch on this single Mitch coming out on this corporate retreat. First of all, why are you worried? This man has been single for over 5 years. You think all of a sudden he gonna get snapped up over 2 days? I don't know where these people think like that. Just like I told Justin about Alexis. Alexis has been on the market for a long time. Nobody gonna snap her up in 2 days. Same thing with Mitch Krysten. Get out your head. Nobody's going to snap up Mitch on a 2-day corporate retreat. He's been going on these corporate retreats since before he met you. What makes you think all of a sudden now somebody want to snap him up just because he's married to you? Girl, use your brain, get out your feelings and all this insecurity, and you will realize there ain't a thing, not a thing to be worried about. And what Krysten didn't get about Mitch was embarrassed. I know they went to this whole thing where Mitch didn't wear his wedding ring. Mitch was embarrassed because what he didn't want to do, he didn't want to get into a whole conversation with people at his job about getting married at first sight. Now, remember, this is real time, which means I don't even know if Mitch has told a lot of people he was participating in such an experiment. A lot of people might be embarrassed to tell people at their job that I married a stranger and I'm married to them. Mitch didn't want to get into no conversation. Mitch was trying to hide the fact that he was married because he didn't want to talk about it and he was embarrassed. Okay. It had nothing to do with trying to meet a bunch of women and he wanted to sleep around with a bunch of women because he's never even done that before. And it's so interesting because Mitch is on the after party as well. And he actually even goes into this a little bit. He talks about it. And that's what I was saying. Mitch was embarrassed to tell people at his job that he was married. So he took his ring off so he wouldn't have to explain it to other people. The people at his job probably don't even know Mitch was on Married at First Sight. They know it now. But I bet you at the time, Mitch didn't tell none of them people. He just told them people, I'm on vacation, going on a trip. He didn't tell them people he was getting married. I bet you he did not. And the few people he might have told, he said, let's keep it to a minimum. I don't want to talk about it. And he didn't want to bring too much attention to it. But here's the thing about Mitch. He sure was messing with Krysten's mind because when he was telling her all that stuff, talking about them R. Kelly lyrics, he was talking about after party, in the lobby, after the party, at the hotel lobby. I was like, oh, good Lord, that's the wrong song to be singing, Mitch, the R. Kelly song, especially to Krysten, who somehow has in her head that Mitch is so desirable, every woman wants him, and he's having some type of orgy in the hot tub. Girl, don't nobody want your husband. But Mitch had been telling her all along, hey, I miss you. I miss being at home. I miss Luna, walking Luna. I miss our married life. I keep telling y'all, I know a lot of people don't want to see it, but I told you that Mitch is loving married life. He is loving not being alone in life. I think he is struggling with blending his two worlds together. But anyone would struggle with it. But what people probably have a problem with Mitch is that he says it out loud. Mitch actually expresses his fears. And unless you are a really strong person and who can help listen through that, you would get insecure. And that's the thing with Krysten. She's insecure, so she really can't handle the truths of Mitch. Mitch will have to start lying to Krysten until he works out. It's the same thing that happened when he was unattracted to her in the beginning. He should have never said anything because eventually I think he worked through it. And just like now, he hasn't worked through blending his two worlds together, being comfortable in the work role, telling people he married a stranger. He isn't comfortable with it. He's embarrassed about it. He's insecure about it. He's a lot of things. So as a result, he goes into these Mitchisms and he starts lying to people at work. And now Krysten believes he's taken off his ring because he really wants to be around some hot babes at work. No, that ain't it. He's just saying that because he was embarrassed at the time to tell Krysten the real truth. And he probably didn't feel comfortable telling her the whole truth. So then he makes up this whole story about, oh, yeah, I just want to hang out with women. Boy, don't nobody believe that. But Krysten did because she's insecure. So always right away, that's what she's going to go to. But he was telling her, hey, we did karaoke and it reminded me of you and I missed you. He got home. He was happy to see her and everything. They went on this little surfing adventure and took Luna on the surfboard. I thought that was so cute. Let me tell you, Luna loved that surfboard. It's funny because Luna has taken to Mitch. I think Luna likes Mitch, and I think Mitch likes Luna. But Luna looks so cute on that surfboard. She really did have a good time. And I think it really warmed Krysten's heart to see that, talking about Luna got a new daddy. But Mitch took it too far, in his own little uncomfortableness, his awkwardness. And like he mentioned on the after party as well, he said, I'm learning. Remember this after party is filmed afterwards. You know what? Mitch reminds me a lot of, to be honest with you, he reminds me of Olajuwon from last year, but in a different kind of way. If you guys remember Olajuwon, I liked Olajuwon because what I saw about Olajuwon was that he learned from his mistakes. He put his foot in his mouth pretty much every single episode. Every single episode, he put his foot in his mouth. But then by the time the next episode came around, he learned a lesson about his last experience and whatever. And he grew a little bit every single week. He grew a little bit every single week. And that's what actually I see with Mitch. I see that Mitch was so bad in the beginning. He was horrible. But the one thing I like about Mitch is that he tends to grow a little bit every single week. He's still making some big mistakes. He's still saying stuff he shouldn't. He needs to learn how to keep his mouth shut, because he says, especially with a wife like Krysten, who is actually very, very sensitive. Krysten tries to pretend like she just became sensitive. She just became insecure with Mitch. But the truth is, she's lying. She's lying to herself. She's lying to Mitch. She's lying to all of us. Krysten came into this relationship insecure, and the way Mitch acts, because Mitch is such a truth teller, he actually didn't help her along. He might have made it worse, but he absolutely is not the cause of Chris's insecurity. She came into this relationship insecure, and he didn't give her that security. But what I like about Mitch is that he is improving every single week. And I'm telling you, Mitch is loving his married life. He likes the fact that he's not all alone. He doesn't come home alone. And he is trying to get better. And I like that about him. But he's being honest. He's talking about, hey, I miss riding my bike. I miss this, which I don't see anything is wrong with talking about things you might miss. Krysten is so sensitive. It's almost like she can't hear anything that comes out of Mitch's mouth that isn't all about praising her and worshiping her. I told y'all last week, she needs the complete spotlight. She needs so much affirmation and confirmation that even if Mitch didn't have his Mitchism, she needs a lot. When they have this little double date with Alexis and Justin, and Krysten says to Mitch, I would just love for you to tell me that I'm an incredible woman and you can't live your life without me. I was like, this girl, and do it in public. Did y'all hear that? And do it in public. I told you, it is the public recognition that really matters to Krysten. That's why when she had that big fit with her sister, or when Mitch talked to her sister, that's why it stung so bad. Because it wasn't the fact that Mitch said what he said. It was because he said it in public. And what Krysten wants in public is complete adoration, affirmation, everything. The stuff that Mitch says behind closed doors, it pales in comparison to what she wants him to say in public. Public recognition, public compliments, public everything means so much to Krysten, because Krysten needs to look a certain way in front of other people. She just doesn't need it for herself. She needs it to be done in public. But Krysten better be careful sharing all her business with Alexis. I just think that's a horrible influence on your marriage, to be honest with you. I don't know why she's told. I don't know who else she could confide in. Ben and Morgan are gone. And she doesn't seem like she has a connection with Stasha. So who knows? I don't know if Alexis is just the last thing left. I have no idea. But I told y'all last time that Krysten tells a lot of her business to too many people. And it was proven this week that she talks to Alexis every single day. And I'm telling you, every single day, Krysten is probably telling Alexis their business. I know they are. And I know all the couples talk. And I don't think anything is wrong with people talking and getting support. But I've always said I believe that Krysten probably runs her mouth a little bit too much to Alexis. Too much. And then what happens is when things come out of Mitch's mouth, that's embarrassing to Krysten. She's even more embarrassed when it's done in public. She might want to learn how to keep some things to herself. I know you need to share some things, but some things she might want to keep to herself. But that's it, y'all. It wasn't really much that went on this week with these two. It really wasn't. A lot of the couples actually, this whole episode this week was kind of like a little bit of a sleeper to me. So I'm not going to talk long. I ain't going to draw this out no more. But that's it. Let me know what y'all think about this episode. Did you even like it? Or what did you think about the whole Mitchism? That's it. Talk to y'all later. Bye.